frugal food ideas that you can implement today to help you save money when it comes to food. Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm a solo mum to one, and on this channel I talk about everything saving money, budgeting, frugal life, and just life in general. So if you like that kind of stuff, then do hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some frugal food ideas that you can use today to help you save money. So let's get straight into it. Let's get into grocery shopping first, because that's the big one, isn't it? So let's get this one done. First of all, before you actually go grocery shopping, start shopping at your home first. And what I mean by that is look through your food cupboard, your pantry, your fridge, your freezer, and see what food you already have that you can make meals out of. It might be the fact that you've got a full meal in the freezer already, or it might be the fact that you've got components of a meal and you might just have to buy one or two extra little things to go with it. But once you start shopping at home first and making meals out of the food that you already have, that will save you a lot more money when you actually come to grocery shopping. Okay, the next one is once you have done your little shop at home, then make a meal plan. So you can either do breakfast, lunch and dinner, or you can just do dinner. It's up to you, whatever works for you. But making a meal plan out of the food that you've already got will help you save money. And then you've only got to buy, like I said before, little bits and pieces to make sure that it's a full meal. So making a meal plan will not only help you in time throughout the rest of the week, but it will also save you money at the grocery store, and you're not buying 2 or 3 different meals because you're not sure what you're going to want that week. The next thing I do then is I do a grocery list. So I've got my meal plan, and then I start writing a grocery list of all the things that I actually need to buy that I can make the meals out of for my meal plan. Making sure that you have a grocery list is actually going to save you money, because you can go into the grocery store, you know what you've got to get, you stick to the list and you get straight back out again. No more going down those aisles. I'm just going to browse the Christmas stuff. I'm just going to have a look here and there. I'm just going to look for this, just going to have a look. You end up buying things. Don't do that. Go with your grocery list, go in, get what you need and get out. Okay, the next thing I do is I search any offers. So I go to Asda mainly for my food shop, and I go to Aldi. Now Aldi don't do any kind of reward scheme or anything like that, but Asda do Asda rewards. You've got the Tesco club card, you've got Sainsbury's Nectar card. I'm not sure if Morrison's do anything, so do let me know if Morrison's do anything. And you've also got the Lidl Plus app as well. So if you go to any of those stores and they've got a rewards app or rewards card or anything like that, go and check their offers. If anything that you need is on offer, then go and get it while it's on offer. Which leads me into the next one, which is great. Always check the clearance items. Yes, you have your meal plan, but let's say, for example, you have pork chops for dinner one evening and you've got to go and buy the pork chops. However, there is some chicken breasts that are on the clearance item that needs to be used up that day. Just change it over to chicken and buy the chicken that's on clearance items, because it will work out cheaper for you. If you're not going to use the chicken that day, as soon as you get it home, pop it in the freezer. It will be absolutely fine, and then get it out the morning that you want to use it, and it will defrost ready for you to cook dinner that evening. Be adaptable to your meal plan by searching clearance as well. I love a yellow sticker in Asda. If you've watched any of my grocery hauls, you will know I always search the yellow sticker items first to see if there's anything there that I can adapt my meal plan to. Next is to stock up. If there is something that you have on a regular basis, like for me, I eat a lot of chickpeas, a lot of kidney beans, I eat a lot of tuna. If they are on offer, if they are on a really good deal, then stock up on them while they're on offer. If they've got a good date on them, and tinned food usually do, I always stock up if there's a good offer on, and that's going to save me money in the long run. And the final thing I do at the grocery store is I make sure that I shop seasonal. So we are in October now, we are in autumn, so I will be researching what food is seasonal at this time of year, and I will try and make my meals, and I'll try and buy fruit and vegetables that are seasonal, because it will work out cheaper than food that's non-seasonal. So in the summer, I know that my son and I eat a lot more strawberries than we do in the autumn and winter, because they're more expensive in the autumn and winter because they're not in season. So shop seasonal and do your meal plan and your shopping all around the seasonal fruit and vegetable items, and adapt things as and where you need to. Now, a couple of extra things that people might do to help them save money is, one, they do an online shop. An online shop will stop you picking things up in the store if you have a trouble with going around the store and actually picking things up and goes, oh, that looks good, I'll have that. That looks good, I'll have that. If you do an online one, when you're not hungry, because we all know not to go to the grocery store when we're hungry. So if you do an online one, then you're only going to put in your basket what you actually need to have. And you can either get that delivered or you can do a click and collect if you want to go and do a click and collect. And most of them, you don't even have to go into the store to collect it. They usually have things outside. I know our Tesco and Asda, you can collect your items from the click and collect outside. I personally like to go in store because I like to find the clearance items. So that's personally what I like to do. But I know a lot of people do like to do the online shopping because it saves them money in the long run. Another thing you can do is do a 1 month grocery shop. So you can do a massive 1 month grocery shop, buying lots of frozen food, getting everything you need for the entire month, and maybe then just go in and do a little top-up shop of getting bread and milk if you need to. Even though you can freeze those things if you don't feel comfortable, you can just go to the shop to get the bread and milk and a few little fresh things that you need, but maybe giving yourself a budget, which again is really important when it comes to grocery shopping, is to set yourself a budget. I'm only spending £60 or £100, however much you need to spend on groceries, and you actually take a calculator around or you take a little scanner around and you're able to keep an eye on how much you're actually spending so that you can stay within your budget. And that will stop you from impulse buying things that you don't really need. Is to make sure that you are shopping generic items. You are not shopping brand items. They're a lot more expensive and they taste just the same. I know a lot of people may disagree with that, and I understand that. Some people say that they only like to have certain brands. That's the only brand that family members or yourself will eat, and that's fine. But then if there's other brands there, don't buy the brand food, buy generic food. Most of it tastes exactly the same. It's just a label on the actual packaging that is different. So if you can buy generic, if you're happy to buy generic food and supermarkets' own brand food, then do that. That will save you a lot of money as well. So if you have any more tips or frugal tips or ways you can save money at the grocery store, then do write them in the comment box below. I would love to know, and I know other people will find it really helpful too. Okay, things you can do at home to help you save money is, first of all, use leftovers. So let's say you're going to have a spaghetti bolognese for dinner tonight, then use the leftovers for lunch the next day or for the dinner the next day. If you don't want to do that, then make sure that you're freezing it, get it out of the freezer, and then you can have that for a dinner. And that's why we always start our shopping at home, so you can see that you've got that spaghetti bolognese in the freezer and you can put it in your meal plan so you're not going to waste it. Which leads me into batch cooking. Now, there's many ways you can do batch cooking, so I'm going to go through a few of them with you. The first one is to spend the whole day on a Sunday or a Saturday, whatever day works for you, and just cook lots of meals in one go. Use the air fryer, use the slow cooker, use the oven, do whatever you need to do. Spend one day just batch cooking meals for a week, for a month, however many days you want to do, and put everything in the freezer. And all you've got to do every night when you're cooking the dinner, get out the dinner for the next day. And it's going to save you a lot more time in the long run because all you've got to do is warm it up. And it's going to save you money as well. Now, if you don't want to spend a whole day just batch cooking, or you feel like you haven't got time, or you've got kids and you've got to go out and you've got to do things, then double up your meals. So if you are cooking a spaghetti bolognese this evening, then cook double. Cook 2 lots of spaghetti bolognese. So if you're doing enough to feed a family of 4, do enough to feed a family of 8, and then put 1 lot in the freezer. And make sure that you're going through your freezers before you go shopping the following week, so you can see that you've already got that to have, and all you've got to do is warm it through. So you can either batch cook in one day, or you can double up on your cooking when you're cooking your regular meal. And the other one that you could do is cook more meals. So do exactly the same where I said double up on the meals, but if you don't want to double up on spaghetti bolognese, then you can cook spaghetti bolognese, but you could also have chicken in the oven cooking ready for tomorrow. So you're already kind of prepping the dinner for tomorrow. So you're cooking more meals at one time. Not that you've got to feed your family different meals, unless that's something that you have to do with your family, because every family is different, but you're just cooking more meals at the same time to help you save time and to help you save money. A few other things you can do is making sure that you are taking a packed lunch to work with you. Now, I know it's really easy to go, oh, I'll just go and get a Tesco meal deal, or I'll just go and get something from the canteen, or I'll get something from the vending machine or something like that, but it's actually going to cost you a lot more money in the long run, and they're not overly healthy either. But by spending that time making your lunch every single morning, getting up, 10-15 minutes early to make lunch, or making lunch the night before when you're cooking dinner for the next day, or again using leftovers that you've had. That's going to save you money. So if you're paying £4 out every single day, Monday to Friday, you're spending £20 a week on extra food. £20 a week over 4 weeks is £80 a month extra you're spending on food. But if you just use the food that you've done your weekly shop with, then you're actually going to save a lot more money. That £80 can go towards something else, and go towards an emergency fund, Christmas, birthdays, holiday, anything like that. So get up 10-15 minutes early to pack your own lunch, use leftovers, or make your lunch the night before when you're cooking dinner, so that you take that to work with you and then you don't have to spend extra money on buying food at work. Which leads me to the next one, is making your own coffee at home. So I know that a lot of people like to get a Costa or a Starbucks on the way to work or something like that. And it's going to cost you £4 or £5, maybe more, depending on what you have on a coffee. And again, if you're doing that every single day, so if you're doing that and it's £4 a day that you're spending on coffees, £20 a week, £80 a month. So if you're buying coffees and then you're buying lunch for yourself, that's £160 a month that you are spending on coffee and food, where you could just make it at home and save yourself a lot more money. Okay, when it comes to takeouts, limit the amount of takeouts that you have. That's the most important thing. Limit how many that you have. Make takeaways rather than actually have takeaways. Still treat yourself. I feel that it's still important that everyone treats themselves. And if a takeout is something that you enjoy, maybe go down to once a fortnight, or maybe go down to once a month rather than actually every week or 2 or 3 times a week. It's going to cost you a lot more money. Also, making sure that maybe you share meals rather than have individual meals. Maybe you're sharing a big meal instead of having your each individual meal instead, and therefore you're not buying extra sides or extra this, and you're just sharing the meals that you already have. Search the offers on Just Eat or Deliveroo if that's something that you go through. If you're using any of those apps, then go through top cashback apps or search voucher codes and see if you've got any offers that you can use to help cut the cost. And if you are buying a takeout pizza, do not ask for extra cheese. When you order the pizza, warm up the oven, grate some cheese. When the pizza comes, put some cheese on and put the pizza in the oven for 5 minutes for it to melt, and then there's your extra cheese. Rather than spend an extra couple of quid on the extra cheese, then just do it yourself. It will work out cheaper and it will save yourself a couple of quid. And if you are going out for dinner, again, search the offers, search the apps, sign up for the birthday rewards app, because you might get some treats, or you might get a free meal or a discounted meal. I know that I've got a few free treats. I got a free Krispy Kreme donut, a free Greg's donut, a free Lidl cake, and I got a £5 voucher for Hotel Chocolat. If you haven't seen my freebies birthday gift video, then I'll link that in the description box below and in the cards up above. So you can go and watch that after you've watched this one. Make sure that you're taking advantage of that so that you're able to get your free meals or free food or anything like that. And if you really want to go out for dinner but you really can't afford much, you can't afford huge meals, there is nothing wrong with an adult ordering off the kids menu. I know I've done it before because the kids menu looks better than the actual menu does. And I know that I wouldn't eat the full meal that they're going to bring out for an adult size, so I ordered off the kids menu. You have no problem with doing that. If you want to order yourself a kids menu, then go for it. It actually works out a lot cheaper anyway, if that is something that you want to do. Other tips you can do when you're going out for a meal is you can have a starter and a main, or a main and a dessert. You could also have, you will split a dessert or you'll split a starter. So I know they do a lot of puddings which are quite big at these restaurants. You could share that rather than have one to yourself. That's going to save you money in the long run as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can save money going out. As long as you're a little bit more frugal, you can order off the kids menu. You can only have a main meal. You could have a starter and a main, or a main and dessert. Or if you're going with somebody, you could possibly share a dessert, or you could share a starter or something like that, depending on what you want to do. So those are my frugal food ideas that you could do to help you save money on food in the groceries, takeouts, or going out for dinner. If you have any more, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear them, and it will hopefully help other people as well. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. It will send it out to more people and hopefully help them as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. I hope whenever you're watching this, you are having a good morning, good day, or good evening, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.